Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Butterrollboutique. I am Doritha, and I am here today as late as I am. And I know it's not 10 o'clock and it's not 11 o'clock and it's not 12 o'clock. I'm just running late today. I had something going on this morning, and I just said I'll have to go live whenever I can today. I'm so sorry about that, but yeah, I had to come on whenever I could get a chance. And so here I am, and I am several things that I am going to get into today. Just a plethora of random things that I'm doing today. And the first one, I'm sitting here that have an empty space there, but I want to show you what I'm doing. Um, welcome in, welcome in. Edna, how are you? Good to see you. Welcome in. Yes, I'm here just trying to look at my chat. Hey, let me get some of this stuff out the way. I'm gonna show you what I've been doing this week. I'll show you what I've been doing. I was just letting you look at my ink, letting you check out my ink pad. I'm gonna show you what I've been doing this week. Yes. Now this first thing I want to show you doesn't have anything to do with ink because I've been crocheting. And then we'll get into the ink. But I just want to show you this gorgeous little hat that I made. And I got a bag full of hats that I made. And I usually just take them around to the family during Christmas time and just give them away. Thank you for coming to see what I'm doing. I'm just doing random stuff. Excuse me, I ate lunch. Doing random stuff. Kind of showing you what I've done. And I got some finished journals I want to flip through. Um, a couple of journals that I finished. Well, one that I finished, and one that I'm working on as a giveaway. But this is a hat that I finished on vacation in Florida. Um, while everybody else was running around doing what they wanted to do, I was busy crocheting a hat. And look at the colors in that hat. Isn't that beautiful? I think that's it. It's just a basic hat, just a double crochet hat. And let me show you the yarn that I used because I didn't get any yarn with me. So my grandchild door dashed and got me some yarn and a hook. And I made this little basic hat. It's a large size hat for somebody with a lot of hair. Hey, Shatika. Hey. Yeah, it's a big hat for somebody with a lot of hair. Like me, I like to wear these big hats because I always have some kind of bun or ponytail or stuff. I like to put my natural hair up or have it in some braids or something like that. So I always need a big hat. But this is the kind of thread that I have right here. Aren't these colors cheerful? Yeah, my grandbaby bought me these. This is called Loops and Threads. Loops and Threads. And the colorway is It doesn't have a color. It's just got a number. 8565 is the color. Has a lot number down there. And they're not calling it anything, but it is, you can scan, they go to scan the QR code. You can scan there. Hey, Cal. Hey, Marlene. Everybody come on in. How y'all doing? I'm just doing some random things today, and I'm starting off with some crochet items that I finished and that I'm working on. I finished this, I'm showing this yarn that I made this crochet hat with. Isn't it beautiful? It's just a regular double crochet hat, and it's a size large for someone with a lot of hair, or sometimes I like to wear my wig, or I have my hair in braids or something like that. Isn't that beautiful? And I like the colors. I'd wear these colors in the spring or the fall. Those colors are nice. Just a regular double crochet hat with the front post, back post brim on it. Two rows of front post, back post brim. But yeah, it's loops and thread yarn. It's a weight 4 yarn. Um, it recommends a 5.5 millimeter hook. And if you're going to use knitting needles, it recommends a 5.5 millimeter knitting needle. It's 252 yards, 5 ounces, 231 meters, and 141 grams. And this is how much I had left over. hmm Soft, classic. It's pretty soft. And when they made their knitting project out of it, it turned out like that with that design, which is very pretty. But that's a knitting design. Let me turn my tablet down because I can hear it a little bit. Okay. Hey, hey, Keisha, how you doing? I'm coming on here late. I thank y'all for coming in on here and bearing with me. Okay, and this is the hook that I bought. It recommends a 5.5 millimeter, but my grandbaby bought me a 4.0 hook, and that's what I use to make the hat with. I like using smaller hooks to make hats with. Um, it just makes the stitches smaller, and the gaps are smaller. The seam is almost invisible um, down the back of it. So, yeah, so I used a 4.0, which is a G size G hook, G6. In US measurements, it's a 4.0 millimeter hook. That's what I used with this one. So, yes, I made this when I was on vacation in Florida, and that was fun because when I don't like just doing nothing, I like to have something to craft with. I don't care where I go. And I wasn't able to take all my paper crafting like I did when we went to Kentucky. I had paper craft. I was able to prepare, and I took me some paper craft and was able to make some tags and things with me when I went there. So, and let me show you this second project I'm working on is a scrap project, and these are the yarns that I'm using. I went and got these yarns out of my scrap pile, so I have no idea what type. I know that they're 4.0 because the size of them is 4.0 because that's the size yarn that I usually buy. This is probably a red heart super saver yarn right here. And I have no idea what this one is, but it's textured and it's a cream color. And this is an off-white color. Pulling these two colors together as I crochet. And they look like that. And what I'm doing is making a hat. So let me move these out of the way so you can see. But yeah, I'm making a whole scrap hat. I'm participating in a crochet along with Jeanette over at DOY Creations, and she has chosen a hat pattern by Bag O' Day Crochet, and it's a summer hat pattern, but I'm using acrylic yarn instead of cotton yarn. I decided to use acrylic yarn because I didn't want to go digging through the attic for the cotton yarn. I didn't bring my cotton yarn out. So I was being kind of lazy and using the yarn that I already had out. And so this is how far I've made it on the hat. This is how far I've made it so far. We've done the crown and this edge, a special edge that she had us put on it. And now I'm going down the sides and doing the edging of it. And I think we have to do about 14 or 15 rows right here before we start with the brim. So that's all I'm working on right now. I'm just crocheting around the edges. I just finished another round, and so I am uh, going around, and Bag O' Day has all types of patterns on her website. I mean, oh, I don't want to. Oh, I'm gonna say hundreds because my lips were getting ready to say thousands. I'm gonna say that the girl has hundreds of patterns, but she might have thousands. But she has hat patterns and poncho patterns and all types of crochet patterns for just about everything that you need. Bag O' Day has it over there. So Jeanette over at DOY Creations chose one of Bag O' Day's free patterns. Now the patterns are free. So I'm not overstepping my boundaries in um, sharing this pattern or telling you to go over there and use the pattern, or she's not overstepping her boundaries in using this pattern online because it's a free pattern. She do free tutorials over there, and I went over and watched the tutorial, and so now all I have to do is follow her instructions, and I crochet um, the summer hat using this acrylic yarn. Now, my hat may not turn out like hers. It may not turn out exactly like hers because we have two different crocheting styles. And that's one thing Jeanette was telling us about the crochet along. And it's why she is hosting this crochet along is because we all have a different crocheting style. We have different tension levels. And when we crochet the same pattern, we'll all be crocheting the same pattern, but all of our hats will turn out looking different ways. And she'll do a slideshow at the end of the summer, the month of June. I think she said at the end of the month of June or at the end of the summer season. I forgot which one she said. But she'll be doing a slide show to share all of the people who participated in this crochet along. Now I've gotten to the point where I can only crochet just a little bit each day. I can't crochet like I used to. I used to crochet all day long, all night long, every day, all day. But my hands won't let me do that anymore. So I just have to crochet maybe an hour or two and then stop, and get my hands back together. Is Tashiria here? Hey, Tashiria, how are you? Welcome, girl. I've been missing you the last couple of mornings. I can't be doing that now. I gotta get my step stool. You wouldn't imagine where my step stool is now. It was under my granddaughter's desk because she liked to prop her feet up when she go and sit at her desk to do her drawings. That's where I last saw my step stool. So I guess she said, Grandmama ain't using this thing. Let me put it to some good use. I don't mind because she's sure right. I wasn't using it like it should be to serious. I'm just going to tell you the truth. Be honest with you. I was kind of scared I was going to fall on that thing. So I was stepping, but I was stepping on flat surface. I was stepping, but it was on a flat surface. I'm just going to make this one round and then I'm going to show you what else I'm working on. I'm excited to show you this golden book I finished. I'm actually calling myself finished with it. And that's something I don't usually do. And I'm calling myself finished with that junk journal. It makes it easy when you have ephemera to work with, when you have pieces to decorate with. It makes it easier to make a junk journal. When you have tickets and butterflies and words and stamps and things like that to go in a journal and little people, when you got stuff um, to go in it, I just have to crochet to here. So I got about 15 more stitches to go before I'm going to stop with this hat right here. Look like I got about 15 more before I get to my stitch marker. But yeah, making those junk journals, when you have the materials to work with, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, it makes such a difference. It makes such a difference. Oh, my yarn dropped on the floor. Hmm. Yep, and this yarn is soft. This yarn is soft. Yeah, Marlene, they do. Things don't hit the same as you actually. When I was in my 20s, I couldn't believe it. 20s. And I was in the colleges, and he told me then, he said, things going to change when you turn 30. So you make sure he was trying to tell me to take care of my body because he said your body, things in your body's going to change when you turn 30. And they did. They changed when I turned 30 and again when I turned 40. And then he different at 50 and 60. So yeah, I can hear my headphone trying to shut down. Let me switch to the other one so I won't lose. So I won't lose y'all. I'll put the other one in my ear. Okay. Can y'all hear me? This one here about to go. I'm gonna put it in the ear. Y'all can hear me. This is pretty soft, but as I'm making this hat, it's a firm. It's making a firm fabric, and I like that. I like my hats to be soft but firm. I like that. Sometimes I like a flimsy hat, but this will see how this gonna be pretty firm. It is soft. Oh, I love it. I might give this one to. She likes white hats. She wears white to church a lot. And so I may go back through. It depends on how this one turns out, and just find all with two strands of white yarn. I wish I had some of this curly white yarn. Two strands of regular white yarn should be pretty too. And let's see how. Before I start talking about making another hat, it turns out cute. I'll probably make a second one in white for my mother so she can wear it to church on first Sunday. She likes to wear white, and she likes to wear white on the fifth Sunday because there's women at our church is Women's Day, and they like the women to wear white. She likes to wear white. You to wear white. My mom is 91 years old. Isn't it a blessing? That is a blessing. Mhm. I love her so much. She's 91 years old. Sometimes she know me, sometimes she don't, but still, it's a blessing to have. Okay, so I made it back around to my, so I'm just gonna stop right here. And so the only thing I have to do now is just build up the sides of it for about 14 or 15 rows. And I came out and counting at 10, 11, 12, 13. So I have to go with 14 and 15. So that's two more rows. And if I think that's long enough, I'll stop at 15. Uh, and then I'll start the brim. I'll put it on my mannequin to see. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this aside. But yeah, this is what I'm working on. I'm loving it. I'm gonna set this aside and show you what else I'm working on. No, we don't. We don't attend a Pentecostal church. Oh, okay. I'm glad you can hear me. Get it was that old headphone. The battery was probably going down on it. Uh-huh. No, we don't attend a Pentecostal church. Our church is, I guess you can call it non-denominational. We come out of a Baptist church, and some of us come out of an AME church. We kind of mixed all in together. I'm trying to see if we have any members that came out of Pentecostal church. I don't think we have any Pentecostal members that came that worship with us. But I know we have some AME and some Baptists. And then people just walked off the street. Yeah, thank you. Since I have my archival ink, let me show you what I've been inking up and what I made yesterday. Since that's the most recent thing, I used. I'm still working out of this paper pad, trying to use it up. This paper pad that I found in my stash is artist palette. I still have quite a bit, quite a few sheets left. Not a whole lot. It wasn't but 48 sheets in here. But I like the fact that they're white on the other side, so I can make tags out of this and journaling cards, and they'll already be white on the other side. I don't have to worry about backing them with any writing paper or anything like that. But it'll have white paper on the other side to write on. So this is pretty. It has a background on it. So all I have to do now is decorate it with uh, some of the ephemera and stuff that I have. And when I was talking to you about already having pieces to decorate with, makes it a lot easier to um, complete a journal. I was talking about having little pieces of ephemera or pieces of like tickets and tags and stamps like this and postages, uh, images that you can put on the front and decorate a tag with. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do this. Right here, trying to do it in front of you all. uh, okay, I could do it like that. I would cut this edge off of here, that white edge, because I wouldn't want so much of that on it. And I will put that flower down there. And here's an image that can go right there. It's like an old building. Now that's cute. This would be a cute tag to have on the front. And you could put it in, it's decorated. And then you could flip it over when you get to it in your journal. And you can journal on the back by writing your scriptures or whatever you want to write on the back of this image. Hi, Angela. How you doing? Angela, I was going to bust back open your box today because I didn't get a chance to go, but I am going. I got, I am behind on sending Angela a box, and I'm not used, that's not me to be that late sending somebody something. But I definitely got to get her box. But I want to open it back up because I have some new ephemera, some new decorating pieces that I want to share with you all today that I want to put in Angela's journal. Okay, then I ink the edges of them to make it come together, make so it can kind of stand out a little bit. Ink the edges of these little pieces. It's a lot of work involved in making a junk journal, but it is so much fun and it's so satisfying to sit here and do it. I just love it. Angela, you behind too? It's a shame. Well, my finances kind of had me held up, and the fact that those of you who have been kind of keeping up with us know that Bridget and I have a donated car, a car that was donated to. I say it was donated to the channel, but it was donated to Bridget and I. And so but the car broke down on us in the middle of the street. So we have been buying pieces to put on the car. When somebody tell us, okay, this is what's wrong with the car, you need to get that. So we get that piece, and that wasn't it. Then they say, well, okay, you got that piece and that didn't work. Well, get this piece. So we got that piece. Put that piece on, it didn't work. So that's kind of what we've been going through with this car. And in the meantime, we've been having to catch Ubers and Lyfts, and you know that's expensive. And so we just been going places where we can either double up or only places that we have to, like the doctor, or um, we haven't even been going out to buy groceries or anything like that. We order them. We just haven't had the transportation to move around and do things we wanted to do. So, and we've been catching rides, going places. I've even been riding with my ex-husband, y'all. Yes, I have been riding with my ex-husband. And I said, God, you know you've been good to me. You are faithful, faithful, and good God. I've been riding and have not been feeling uh, anxious or mad, or I haven't been feeling all that. I said, Lord, you're a good God. I don't know, cause y'all don't know that part of my life. I've been divorced now for how many years? Only a few years. I've been divorced a good 5 years, but I was married for 30 years. So there was a lot of trauma behind that. And it took me a long time to get over to get to where I am right now. And I had to have a lot of therapy to get here. So, but anyway, that's another part that I haven't shared with my friends. But anyway, I've been catching rides with him. And it hasn't been bad. So God fixed it, you know. I trust God. He fixed it. I have to trust God. So anyway, now we put this last part on this car, and the car cranked up. Boom. Ooh, Bridget and I were so happy. We were so happy that car cranked up. And because at first they were saying like, I think it's the motor. I think the motor is gone. I think the motor is gone. And we're like, oh no. Keisha, he was scared for a long time. He was scared and I was scared too. I tell you, that was something else. Yeah, Angela, I'm not ashamed no more. You know, I was at first. I didn't want to do it, but I had to get in there. Yeah, that jug was something else. Mm-mm-mm-mm. And here I am, an old lady now, about to turn 63 on the 29th, and single. Where they do that at? after a 30-year marriage. Now where they do that at? I'm gonna have to work extra hard now. I thought I was through with going, trying to get my hair done and all this old stuff, trying to look cute. I mean, I was still doing it to a certain extent, but not like you have to do these days. So I think I'm gonna be by myself. God'll keep me. He'll keep me. He done kept me this long. I know he'll keep me. I just put an eyelet in there, is what I did. I'm just talking about that stuff. I ain't telling you nothing I'm doing. I just punched a hole in, put an eyelet. Before that, I rounded the corners and inked those corners back up. And so now here's the tag. At first, I showed it to you, and it was just a plain tag. So now it looks like this. And now all I have to do is put a piece of ribbon or something in. I know, right? You know I think I'm fine. I have to keep thinking I'm fine. I put my little stuff on. I think I'm fine. Oh, shoot. Ooh. Okay, so then I put this little ribbon in the hole. Isn't that cute? That is too cute. And then you can come back and you can put a sentiment on it, you know. It's like something that you might want. Where my little box at? You might want to write about a certain thing. Um, I have lots of words, a little sentiment. I got a little pad like this right here. We can find a sentiment on here. Here's one that says, "Be you bravely." Be you bravely. Now that's huge to me because I was scared for so long. I could put that on there. Be you bravely. That says a lot. Be you bravely. I'm going to put it down at the bottom. Be you bravely. I like that. Now, if you want to, you could turn over on the back and write about being you bravely. What does it mean? Being you and being you bravely. That's a good journaling uh, prompt. You want to write about that one day? I think I'll have something to say about that. Okay, so there's a cute little tag. I just made this one. I cut it with my board. I showed you the paper from the paper pack that I pulled it out of, and I made some tags. I made these little. I have to decorate these, but I'm not going to decorate it right now. I saw Etta over at Etta Queen Bee Etta made these little folios on her channel the other day, and I watched her. I rewinded and rewinded and rewinded until I figured out how she did it, and she made this little folio. So I copied her and made one like it, and so this tag I made to go in here. This is a little flap that she made on there. But I made this tag to go in here to keep the flap closed. I think it's supposed to go in here. That's what I made it for. Let me see. I made it to go in this pocket to keep the flap closed. Yeah, there you go. That's pretty. And so when you take this card out and open the flap, there's more writing space under the flap. And this part can be decorated, and this part can be decorated. Put that there. Yeah, Queen Bee Etta showed us how to make these on her channel. And inside, I have to make a pocket. Let me see. I put a pocket here. Then inside, there's a pocket. And I have to make a big card to go in here. And there's a pocket. So yeah, I made another one here. And I have a big card that I made out of a masterboard here. I haven't decorated it, but I made this one out of a music book. And there's the back. I just covered the front of that scrapbook paper, that paper pad I showed you. I covered the front and it's white on the back. Yep. And then so all it needs is one of these. I could put a piece of ribbon in here, a piece of brick rack. I like these. I got these from Mama Juju Crafting on the Back 40. She gave me tons of them. And I've just been using them for tag laces. Go in the tags, and I just tie them on like this. So you've noticed a lot of my tags that I've been making have these. And this another one. I like that you can write your scriptures on the back, and you can do a lot of journaling and note taking. And it's small, and it can fit inside one of these little things here. Um, it can fit inside that pocket. It'll fit inside your Bible. It'll fit inside your purse. Um, and you don't have to put if you're giving it to a man, you don't have to put, this is good for a man or a woman, but you don't have to put the ribbon in there for a man. You don't even have to put the holes in there for a man. It'll be a nice little gift. I have to finish decorating it though, so you can see what it'll look like. And I don't want to do that right now because I want to do a flip through my junk journal. But here's another one that I made, and I have to decorate it. I'll come back next time or in a video and show y'all what these look like after I decorate them completely. But those are just some tags that will go inside them. Yes. Hey, Six Balls. Six Balls is back. Hey, girl. I have been busy. I have been busy. I have been busy. I sure have. Now, let me wipe off this. I was gonna open up Angela's box and go back through her because I want to put some more of these things that I have. I ordered some kits from Etsy, and they included some vertical, big, oversized numbers. Let me put it over here so you can see it. Oversized numbers and words. Create, ponder, legacy. A lot of oversized numbers and words. And I got these from, the girl's name is, oh my goodness. Don't do this, Doretha. Aren't they cool? Thank you, Six Balls. Yeah, these come from, oh, her name is it's probably Sharon. That's what her name is. Her channel name is It's Probably Sharon. And I discovered her um, looking at her channel one day, and she had these oversized words in her journals. They were vertical. And I said, oh my goodness, I want that in my journals. And and she happened to have an Etsy shop where she was selling them. And I got these small vertical ones from another channel. And I ordered me a small pack of, I ordered some this Astro Bright 65-pound cardstock from Amazon. That's all I could afford at the time, but I know I wanted some. And I printed these pieces out on cardstock. And I just had me a good time sitting around, cutting them out, watching TV. And all I did was just sit around and cut them out. Cut them out, and put them in this bag so I could have them ready. She also had the regular print, I guess the horizontal print, big words. And before I got my cardstock, I took this paper pad, the same paper pad that's white on the back, and I took these sheets out and I cut them down to 8.5 by 11 so they could fit through my printer. Okay, I cut them with my cutter. I cut them with my cutter. 8.5, and I turned them and cut them by 11. Put them in my printer, and that's how I was getting my cardstock. I used this, and I put them through my printer, and that's how come it looked like this on the back, because there's some homemade cardstock. But these are nice. These are some oversized words. And she charged like $1.99. She charged more, but they was like on sale for $1.99, I think, for the horizontal and the vertical, and $1.99 for the vertical. So I was like $4 or $5 to purchase these, and you purchase them, and they come to your email, and you print them out like that. But you'll have them forever. So I'll have these forever to go in every journal that I make from here going forward, and I love them. So I'm gonna go back and put some of these in Angela's journals that I'm sending her. I just take them out the box and add those words in there somewhere and put them back in there. And I also have some faith-based, in which I really do love. I have some faith-based ephemera from this. I'm not going to even try to remember her name, but I did the same thing with some cardstock that I had. It was yellow. I cut it down to 8.5 by 11. so I can have me some cardstock, and I printed out this faith-based kit, so I can have something to decorate with in the journal to add some faith-based elements inside the kit. This one says, "Be still and know." Here's a little small piece that says, "He will listen." And just a lot of different little faith-based pieces that I like to add. I love adding in my journals because this is not just a hobby for me, but it's kind of, I don't want to say it's just a way that I share my love because I like giving them away, but I like to give away God's word. So I want to share God's love through these. And as I go through them, I'm praying over them. So I hope that whoever gets them, um, could just feel the love and just be drawn by the Spirit of God. So, yeah. Um, and these are some other pieces that I just have here that I use to decorate. Just little tidbits and pieces that I use to collage and scrap. And I got these from Mama Juju, crafted on the back 40. Just a she sent me a bunch of little scrap pieces. And I got a bunch of them in here. Let me see if I can find some more. And here's some stickers that I bought from Temu. These are like flowers and just mostly flowers and butterflies and fireflies. Is that a firefly? A bird and stuff like that. I love using these. There are some more different kind of flowers. So just as long as I have stuff to work with, it just makes life easier. There go a little tag that I made. I don't know what it's doing in there. Need to be right over there. So yeah, like here's a coupon in here. Already been inked, so I must have been getting ready to use it somewhere. I can use that for decorating. It's one of my little boxes. This one is where some face base. This is where I made my page tabs. I made a bunch of those. And then I cut out these from the faith-based kit. They got praise, joy, God, Lord, faith. They got words on them. Okay, so there's a little box with stuff in it that I can use for decorating. Then this one, I've shown you that one. It's got stamps and stuff in it. And then I have this one. It's full of stickers, all different kinds of stickers. And I know I got this from Amazon. I got this from Amazon. Mhm. There's a butterfly. All different kinds with book writing on it. Mhm. So these little pieces are needed when you're decorating a journal. I mean, they're not needed, but they're absolutely helpful. They're so helpful. Uh-huh. Yes, yes. Yes, I hope to be a blessing to somebody. I'm really this is just my second year dealing um with the journals. So I don't know what it's gonna bloom into, but I just hope that people are blessed by what I do. So anyway, let's get into my journal. We're gonna run out of time. I'm sitting up here talking, yip yapping. I'm sitting up here yip yapping. This is the journal right here. I'm calling this journal finished. And so let's do a quick flip through. I'm calling this one finished, y'all. And I haven't had this one that long, but I was inspired to work on it and finish it simply because I don't know why I was inspired to finish it. I can't even explain it. But it's called The Boy and the Tigers. And so it's a golden book. I did 2 signatures in it. There's the 2 signatures there. Is it showing? I'm not even under the thing. Can you see me now? Okay, that's better. I was too close. Okay, so there's the 2 signatures. Boy and the Tiger. This is the book on the back. There was a price sticker, price tag sticker right here. And I just put one of my faith-based stickers right there that says "Thou will be done." And you can see my sticker, it smudged. So sorry when I put it on there, but it says butter. I don't know why my phone was just ringing, y'all. Goodness gracious. Okay. I hope that you all can hear me now. I don't know why my phone was ringing. Okay, so here is a piece of, this is just a piece of an old sheet that was coffee dyed. And I put some um, eyelets. I punched a hole and put eyelets in the front and in the back cover and just tied a simple knot, a double knot in there to hold that piece in there, and you just tie it together. This is the first page. I'm trying to let my tablet catch up with me so I can see. This is the first page over here. We have tags in here, faith-based tags. I sewed and used my machine on this one. Sewing machine. On the back is a writing space. This beautiful tag right here came from um, Pam, the ginger cat lady. She made this one and sent it to me. On the back, there's writing space. Isn't that gorgeous? That is absolutely gorgeous. And I said that I was going to try some tags like this, make some and stamp on them first, do some stamping. I don't know if she did any stamping on this or this is just how this paper is made. And then decorate them with something. But that's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. So I'm gonna try something like that. So that's a ginger cat lady card. And over here, I decorated it like this using those big numbers and words. And then this is my tag that's on the inside. It's inked, and that's the writing space on the back. I use this burlap, polka dot burlap as a pocket, and then use that burlap ribbon. On the other side, I just used a piece of burlap ribbon and decorated the pocket right here. On the inside, I put one of these uh, folios that I made. And because it's a children's book, I used, this is a children's book that I used to make this one. It was one of those paperback um, Golden Books Mother Goose book, and I just used the images in it because some of the wording um, of some of those Mother Goose fairy tales just wasn't. It wasn't to me. I didn't like them, to tell you the truth, and so I just didn't use them. So I used some of the words from them, like the cupboard was bare. Um Stay curious. You can recognize some of the pictures. There's a little tuck spot. Then I open this up. You can recognize some of the characters. Come what may, it's a small world. There's a woman with a bunch of kids, so you know who that is. Over here, there's a woman on a chair running from a mouse. This is another card that I made. Um, a journaling card, writing space on the back. It says upstairs, downstairs, rapping at the window, crying all the children in their beds. Some of that stuff was pretty scary, so I just kind of left it out. And then on this side, I have a journaling card with a little chicken on it saying relax, but the chicken's running looking like he's really stressed out. Came from one of those fairy tales. And then this one is Jack Sprat could eat no fat. And there he is down there, and there's his wife right there. This is the three blind mice. And so the poor dog had none. There go the dog. And Peter Pumpkin Eater. There he is in there. And there's a see-through pocket right there. Here's a big pocket back up in here. Who's on that? It says, went to the cupboard to get her poor dog a bone. Okay. Y'all know who that was. Okay, let me see if I can get it back in there. Whew. Let's see if I can get it back in. Okay, got it back in. And then on the back, there's another tuck spot. This was involved. There's an old Mother Hubbard. Then there's another little tag. You can write on the back of all of these. There's another tag. This says, and the little pig cried, wee, all the way home. So there's another journaling card, journaling tag. And this is the old woman in the shoe. There's a little insert from that story. So I have this little folio tucked in this pocket. It could be used for journaling. Now this part right here is an original scribbly scrabbly of whoever this boy was or girl, C. Harper, who owned this book back in the 1980s. I don't know if I'm going to cover up the name of that child or not, but I definitely want to get an eraser and erase the scribbling out of here. I don't have an eraser. I haven't had a ride to the dollar store, but I'm going to get an eraser before I send this book out and erase the scribbling out of there. I'm going to get an eraser some kind of way. Maybe I'll do a dash one. I end up paying $20 for the eraser, but at least I'll have one. Okay, and then here is the story begins over on this page, but I put a coffee dye sheet in there with tags and pockets. I did some sewing, put big numbers in there. I just love it. There's that vertical word. Here's another tag up inside of there. Beautiful. All of these are writing spaces. Oh, and I also covered the window with this um, faith-based tag that says lay your request before the Lord. Over here, I have a pocket that I made for a napkin and a book page. Put a big number on it. Inside, I have a small tag that I made. Oh, I'm trying to show y'all stuff and I'm off camera. So sorry. A book page and can you see it now? A book page covered with a napkin. That's what this pocket is. And I made it out of a tuck spot. And then I have a tag back there. And I have this beautiful, beautiful tag. And I put it up here because there's a mother there. And I wanted this lace to go up here where the mother was. And this was made by Lori Beth. This was not made by me. This was made by Lori Beth back in August of 2025. It was a trade for Cindy Loving trade that we did for tags. So she made this tag, and I put this in here because I thought it was so beautiful, and it went well with the mother over on this side. Isn't that gorgeous? So that goes in there. And I want you to take a look at the tabs before we go any further. We're going to look at the tabs on these, the page tabs that I put all the handmade page tabs that I had on there. And I put the vintage, except for this one, I put a sticker on this one. But the rest of them, I put a vintage button on. Let's take a look at those before we go through the book. That one is a vintage button that I got these buttons from the Buying Space, from Myra Elaine over at the Buying Space. Isn't that one nice? Look at that one. Vintage buttons. I put them on all the tabs. I thought it was a nice gesture. It adds texture and dimension to the book. Here's another one. And that's the last one right there. And that's how they look when they're all together. Thought it was very nice. Okay, so we're back up here. And we're into the story. Over here we have a page edge. No, you don't call it a page edge. What you call that thing? Anyway, I have a tag that I did not make. This was made by someone else. There's a tag back there and some coffee stain paper that I did make. Some coffee stain paper that you can take out and write on, journal on. And I did make this page corner tuck. I forgot what you call it. I gave it a name. Corner tuck. I decorated it. I made this tag as well. This journaling card. You can write on the back. Write your scriptures on the back. You can write all over this page right here. It's a coffee stain page. There goes another vertical word on the story. On this side, we have tags. These are vellum tags. You can write on them. And this is a vellum pocket. I found a picture of a tiger and a boy. So I made that as the centerfold. And also on the centerfold of this page, I put a beads. I put 3 beads on um, the centerfold string, so it could be like a bookmark. A big letter. Over here is a pocket. I made all of these. I sewed around these cards. I made this pocket and glued it down as a tuck. This is my coffee stain paper that I had baked in the oven. That's why it got kind of dark. It got really dark on that side. I almost burned it up, didn't I? I almost burned it up. But anyway, here's a corner tuck right here with a couple small tags in it. Faith can move mountains. This is another piece of my homemade cardstock where I cut up that paper I had into 8.5 by 11 pieces. Another one of those long vertical words. This is a piece of ribbon, my overcooked coffee stain paper, a big word, a big number, a flip. That paper feels good right there. All that writing space. I meant to put something right there, like a picture or something. Then there's another tag, writing space on the back. And here's a nice little spread. This is where the first signature ends and the second signature begins. And I kind of made them just alike. I put a big tag inside of them. And I gave them both burlap pockets. And I decorated them with big numbers and letters. Put big tags inside. It's a little wrinkled because of, it's a little warped because of the kind of glue that I used. I used some wet glue, and it takes a long time to dry. I need to get me some more of this. I was trying to save my fabric tag because it works best because you don't have to, it don't have all that water in it. You don't have to wait till it dries and stuff like that. So I used that homemade wet glue that I had, and it warped the pages, but it's still okay. It's still beautiful. And then on the back, there's another big tag. Decorated it. There's some more of the story. Then over here, we got a little corner tuck with a cute little tag in it. Blue cardstock. Coffee dyed paper. Story. The story is intact. I didn't leave off any of the story. Didn't leave off any of the story. That's where I sewed it together. Where I sewed some tags. I took out my sewing machine, was sewing that day. Another corn tuck and some tags for writing. There's a big word. Here's another pocket with a tag in it. Writing space. I found another picture of a boy and a tiger, and this is the centerfold beads on the string right here that I put in there on 2 strings, on both strings. I kept both strings this time because that's a flat button. And that's a flat butterfly bead I put in there. Isn't he a cute little boy with all them freckles? And a tiger, a boy and a tiger, a big word, dream. On the back, we got a pocket here with a tag that I made. Then we have a tuck spot back here with tags. Plenty of writing space in this book. You can make it for whatever you want. It doesn't have to be for a child. Here's a word over here that says persevere. Isn't this beautiful? Here's a envelope that I sewed. I put some burlap on it with some words. Then when you open it up, you can see the orange threading. And on the inside, there's a tag with writing space. And then when you close it up, there's another tag that's in this little, it goes all the way through. So it's a belly band. Goes all the way through. Coffee stain paper, coffee paper. This is a belly band made out of a tag that's been sewn. In the back of it, we have this piece, and I did not make this beautiful piece. This is a card made by another piece made by Pam, the ginger cat lady, made this one as well. Isn't that beautiful? That's a beautiful piece of paper. They have some of the prettiest paper. That is gorgeous. And it tucks right behind there. It fits perfectly. And then this is one that I made in the front. It's pink to go with Mama's pink dress. And it tucks right under that little, it's a double, what you call that thing? It's a double belly band. His grace is enough. And this is the part of the story where she made pancakes. Crazy story. And the young boy eating the pancakes at the end of the story. And here is a couple of tickets. This is part of that Mother Goose book. I just put that right there. Then another piece of burlap on the back, decorated with some burlap ribbon. Um, then we have a big tag in the back. It's short, fit down in this pocket. Then we have on the last cover page, we have another pocket that's been sewn, and we have a journaling card that's been sewn. Now, my sewing machine is my sister said she paid, I think she said she paid $7 for it from the Goodwill, from the thrift store. So it messes up. It's not a new sewing machine. It's an old sewing machine that she bought from the Goodwill for $7. But it sews my paper, and it jams up every now and then. I don't know what it's doing when it does that, but I love it. I love it when it jams up. I like the jammed up spaces. I'm okay with it. It's okay with me. So yeah, that is the end of my journal. And like I said, I just tied up with this piece of an old bed sheet that's been coffee stained. And that's it. So what y'all think? Let me see what y'all think. Corner tuck. Oh, let's see. Dragonfly. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Hi, the paper monkey. How are you? Thank you for coming. Shanika, how are you? Hey, thank you. So that is my book. And this book was actually donated to me. And I decorated it, and I'm calling it done, except for a couple of places. I just wanted to see if I wanted to cover up the the child's name that was in the book. I might want to cover that up, and I want to erase that pencil scribbling mark that's inside of it. But I think that's all I want to do to it, and then I'm gonna call it done and go ahead and mail it back. You know what I'm gonna do with it? I'm gonna mail it back to the person who donated it to me, and I know they're gonna be surprised. They're gonna be surprised because they were just being a blessing to me because they heard I was, getting into doing these golden books where I was preserving the golden spine. And I learned how to do that from watching on YouTube, learning how to preserve that spine. And I know this is just a little bit crooked because I'm still learning too how to make that. I don't know how in the world I went crooked with that. But I could have sworn I had the holes in the right place. But anyway, it's still a beautiful journal, and I'm going to give it right back to her. And so, yeah, I don't think I have time to do anything else, y'all, because I've been here long enough. But I do thank you all for being here with me. It's been a great week. It's been a great week. I cannot complain. I really can't. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and say goodbye. And thank you all for hanging in here with me, even though I'm off my schedule for today. I should have been here earlier, but I did get caught up with something. My granddaughter had a surgery earlier this week, and we have to, kind of navigate around that. That's the only thing that we're kind of navigating around this week. So, and plus trying to get that car started. So we're working on those things, and we'll be getting to the post office soon. Y'all just bear with us, and we'll be getting these journals out to the people who's supposed to have them. And I'm going to take those out of the box and add these vertical words back to them, to some of those that I got from It's Probably Sharon. And I do appreciate all of your love, all of your support, all of your patience. And make sure you stay in your Bible. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.